Alright everybody, how we all doing right now? You are watching Speed Dogs Sablade, right here on the Speed Dogs channel. Once more, my name is TempestMass1000. I will be your host for this upcoming Elephant Collection run. And I hope that anybody that knows a thing or two about this game is hyped. I believe there's very likely a chance that this could be a Flash game if what I've heard from behind the scenes is correct. We'll have to find out. I'm very curious. I will say Flash games are very, very interesting more often than not. It's funny to see how speedrunning them can certainly be a thing. There's this one particular Flash game that I think is exceptional, personally speaking. Maybe a little biased if I'm being honest, but yeah. If y'all are curious about my pick for something I'd be trying to run, look it up. It's called Ripple.Zero, and you can still play it on Newgrounds. Ripple.Zero, made by, believe it or not, a couple of people, one of whom is actually the original author for that book that got turned into a Netflix movie, The Electric State, Simon Stålenhag, who is a superb composer, by the way. But with that in mind too, I'd like to remind everybody that we are raising money for our good pal Sable Dragon Rook, who had to go through a bit of a sudden situation involving a roof collapse, and we are trying to help out her and her lizard friendos. We have currently raised up to $1,000, a little bit over that, so $1,069. Nice. And right now, our current new stretch goal here is going to be $1,500, because we want to try to raise an extra $500 for the new baby lizard Bumbleberry, as Sable has mentioned. So Bumbleberry, poor little Bumbleberry is going to need a bit of a tummy surgery, and this next $500 that we could potentially raise will very much help out with the costs. So folks, if you can, go into !donate in the chat. You'll find our link to our Streamlabs donation page, and any amount that you can contribute to this would be very much appreciated. I assure you, I know I appreciate any contributions, no matter how big or small. And don't be shy to leave a message along with it, because you best believe I'd be happy to tell you all how many, I'd be happy to say your messages back, even in a weird little voice or so, because I've been trying to do voice acting in all sorts of ways, so it's up to you. But for now, I'll be right back with you all, because we are going to take it away very shortly to KingfisherGames and their Trifecta of the Elephant Collection.
And welcome back to our coverage of the 2006 All-Star Game. Leading off for the National League is Alfonso Soriano, and what a year he's having. As we get settled into this one, Roy Halladay on the bump, getting the start for the American League. And 0-0 count. Hideaway Cutter, 0-1. Oh, I'm sorry, we interrupted our coverage of this game to bring you a basketball game with Larry Johnson going up. Matembo has the ball, gets hard foul, but the refs are letting him play. Brings it up the court, and boom, shakalaka! A dunk. Oh no, sorry. Bears Saints. Bears are at the goal line. What are they going to run here? They hand it off to the running back, and touchdown! Bears 35. We're playing Brent Hull's hockey now. Oh, and a hard check. The refs are letting them play. You love to see it. And goal! Goal! St. Louis has scored. Janney, no assists. Oh, you loved it. And we interrupt our hockey coverage to bring you this Beyond the Arc 3 from Yosemite Sam. Tasmanian Devil goes on the court and slams it down. Daffy checks the ball into Yosemite Sam. He goes to a spot down the arc and drains it in. If you want to see more clips like this and more, go to youtube.com/sports_fix. That's youtube.com/sports_fix.
Alright, hello. Welcome back to Speed Dogs Sableade here on the Speed Docs channel. It's your boy Tempest Mask 1000, aka Steve, with you all for one final run for now, and starting with This Is the Only Level, followed by Obey the Game, achievement unlocked, the Elephant Collection, a series of fun flash games. We've got KingfisherGames, Calamity, and I Like Baguette.
We're actually running This Is the Only Level, This Is the Only Level 2, and This Is the Only Level 3. There's a trilogy,
okay.
So yeah.
That is the trilogy.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, I don't run those other two. They're not my categories.
Got you.
Yeah.
Then let me try that one more time. Running the This Is the Only Level trilogy, the Elephant Collection.
Yeah.
KingfisherGames, take us away.
I'm KingfisherGames. If my commentators would like to say hi.
Hello, I'm Calamity Eliza, I run the Elephant Collection. I also run some of the Tittle games. Currently world record holder again recently for Tittle 3.
And Baguette.
Hello, my name is I Like Baguette. I speedrun like lots of games, but I think I was one of the first people to speedrun the Elephant Collection. I was one to set up the page and everything. So, yeah. A former world record holder for this game, and otherwise I do play Duck Life mostly.
Yeah.
Duck Life Battle. I have world record as well.
Yeah. So a little bit on how I started running this. I played these games back in middle school and high school. We would get around Barracuda content filter by using HTTPS instead of HTTP, and we would go to Armor Games and we would play these titles. And John Cooney, who made these, put out a collection of them. They used to be old Flash games. They got ported to a new engine after Flash died, and that's what we're seeing here. I'm actually the one who originated the category for Trifecta, which is only level 2 and only level 3. These games are going to involve us basically. You're going to see one level. You're going to see that level for about 5 minutes while I play through it 30 times. I know that sounds weird. Just go with it. So time starts when I hit spacebar. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, this is the only level 1. This one you might have heard of. It's famous for its 7 tide run. You've got going backwards is one of the first ones. This one is if you hit the button, the stage will lock itself. Alternate control stream, we just had to click on the pipe. So with the pipe, you can actually hold the mouse button, and that's any percent. That is all it is just holding that button, and you complete all the levels past that instantly. We thought that was boring, so we don't do that in the full run. There's a lot of levels here. Dull appearances, we are trying to bounce off the spikes. Canny Stripes of Doom, if you land on the other color, you will die. So that's why we're sort of trying to get around there. We're controlling with the mouse in that one. This one, I do not like.
Heavy headwind.
There's a heavy headwind.
Is really painful because you get stuck in that first gap very frequently. And so that legitimately... hold on, we gotta panic here.
This one you can't go back,
Yep.
so if you mess up,
You gotta
you
reset
kind
it.
of have to panic, which is there's a respawn button. This one you can jump. It's kind of the same as 3.
Left-right march is
This
really
one's
interesting. You're supposed to basically alternate left and right on the keyboard, but you can hold down right and just spam click left, and it'll do the trick.
Here we only have one jump, so yeah, better use it, right? On this one you
So-
just go back to the menu. And this one used to be different in the Flash version, I think, right?
Yeah, in the Flash version, that was you had to refresh the page. Obviously now, Cine Collection can't do that anymore. What we do there is we just went to the credits, because on stage 27, that is another stage, but we can actually do it at the same time as we as we go to the menu there, so we don't have to do it when getting back to the other stage.
Here, stage 17 has literally nothing special about it. It's the same as 1. That's why it's called One About Nothing. Until you just kind of collapse.
When it comes to stuttering, this one it took me a while to get down, because if you don't jump... Oh, I had the height and then I forgot to actually capitalize on it. You can make that jump in one step, and actually not doing so loses you a few seconds. So we've taken the slightly slower route here, but we'll still get it on first attempt. So
Yeah, this is also a level where this shows the difference. Usually in the Flash game, this game is done in in-game time, but when we're running the trilogy in the Elephant Collection, we actually run this game RTA. So there's actually slight differences in some of the strategies, like we don't use any, particularly in 2 and 3, we don't use pause strats or things that edit the in-game timer, because
there is
we
an exception
actually
to
are
that,
going
which we'll
RTA.
point- there is an exception to that, which we'll point to when we get to it. Oh, that was such a good stage 25. I'm so pleased with that.
Yeah, that one, it only opens every 10 seconds, which, if you've ever heard of the, Maximum's got a good video on it, if you've ever heard of the sort of human limit, that is a big part of, in the Flash game, why they can't, they're currently at the human limit, very recently, so...
Yeah, we thought we had been, and then somebody broke it, and now a couple more people have tied it. So that's game 1. We're on to game 2 now, so we take this little elevator up and go to this little kitchen, pastry shop, what have you. And this is a different level. This is called level 2 when we actually get into it. So we're gonna hit play.
In the meantime, while we're getting into level 2, I have a couple of donations that I'd like to read if possible.
Please.
All right, starting things off, our previous runner, Sekiri Rat, tipped $50 as promised. I nailed that final jump, so here it goes. Amazing event. Keep being kind to all living things, including your fellow humans. Everyone deserves kindness. Thank you so much, Sekiri. And we also got a $5 donation from Blackheart Wings. Let's get that stretch goal for the baby. Also, hi, Kingfisher. It's wonderful to see you and so many others support a wonderful member of the speedrunning community. Keep being amazing.
Gabby is a legitimate, super influential runner to me. I met them at, I'd known them for a while. Caught them doing some GDQ Stardew Valley run, and she. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, okay. She.
There's a pause strat there
Yeah, that's
that
a pause
you
strat
can use.
Yeah. So they're an excellent runner of Stardew and a few other games, and they really played a big role in me actually, buckling down and doing this when I met them at GDQ. So this one's really neat. You're supposed to alternate the left to right like we talked about before, but here you just hold all 4 buttons. So everybody, let's go! This level is just Mario.
It's literally called World War II.
Yes, yes.
It's one of my favorites, and this one as well. There's some really creative there's some really creative stages in here.
Okay, can anybody guess what I have to do here? You're right. Spam the shift button.
Yeah, that one was really annoying when sticky keys actually still made the pop-up come up on your computer.
So this one, there is a tiny little question mark down here that I have to tap, and that's only used there and nowhere else.
Yeah, that used to be a walkthrough button, but they removed the walkthrough button for this game. With Tasselfoot used to do the Tasselfoot did the walkthroughs for these games, and also would then submitted them to speedrun.com.
Taz is also
speedruns these games.
Taz also did a ton of level design for these, and like 2 and 3 were just as much him as they were John.
Yeah, this one's you have to type the entire the entire alphabet on your keyboard before the gate will unlock.
So this is amazing. This is one of the worst levels in the history of video games.
I love this level. I actually really like it.
And the reason it is so bad is because the amount of times I have died after getting all the way over here and having to do that entire section again is immense.
Yeah, so that one you've got invisible walls that you cannot see. This one, what's actually happening is red. When it's red, it's actually in inverse controls.
No, menu.
No.
Not what's on the house.
Wrong menu.
Okay, so we come up here into the menu, which is its own coded level. Which, fun fact for those who are not familiar with game design, that's actually how menus work in a lot of things. Menu screens are coded as their own stage that then load a different level when you go in. This one, we just hit the M key on our keyboard. Really simple.
There's another one that was changed from the Flash version where it used to be having to mute the game.
This one is just old school Pokemon ice physics. You slide the entire direction.
Yeah, and that's some fascinating.
Oh, nice, nice.
Not technically the fastest
actually-
way you can do that, but just the second fastest, and I find much more consistent.
That was really clean though.
So this one's funny. You're like, what's DE4H15280? Well, we used to have a thing called Leet Speak. And I'm dating myself here.
What this is we had to get the spikes that were furthest away from the left of the screen, and then fourth furthest away. It's one of the harder levels to work out, to be honest. Yeah, this is surface painting, which if you've ever played any of the Achievement Unlocked games, you will be very familiar with.
This is
but here we need
my
to get
least favorite level in the
50.
entire franchise. Because I usually die 3 times on it, but that was one of my best runs. Free falling is fun. You don't even have to hit the button.
You can if you want to, though.
You can, and it will drop this. It will drop the lever. So this one's neat. You're supposed to die on those spikes, but you can just corpse shot right there by hitting panic. Okay, 2 games down. 1 to go.
And I just want to say that Leet Speak, I know what that is. I certainly know a good 1337 whenever I see one.
Yeah, no, same here.
Okay. So this one is a little bit different. We don't have buttons, we have switches. And this is my favorite of the 3 games, because there's some really interesting things they do with these doors, with these switches. There's a couple references here that I'm a huge fan of. So Under the Sea is really neat. We're actually not going to go to the end. We're going to go this way, through that door to teleport. Now this one, we're going to do a setup for a later level. And great, I got it. So on this next level, pastries have to hit that to lower it, but you can have the pastries stick around for the previous one. Here's the reference. Friend. Speak friend and enter. And if you were saying, it's melon! Don't worry, we might get to show that off later. This is Backstage Pass. The spikes still kill you because you are bulging through the stage. Ask me how I know. Okay, this is one where if you have epilepsy, you may want to look away for a couple seconds. And we're through.
Rave Elephant Rave Classic, one of the classic Elephant games, and also in the collection.
Yep. and that's back and forth forever. I just recently found that you only need 2 passes, so that is actually a brand new trick that we have incorporated. Slingshot. Let's not screw this up. And that's really clean. Less so, but we still got it.
Nice. Good
I'll
recovery.
take that.
The slingshot is really hard. For this
So
one,
this one-
Little Angry Elephant, if you get the initial, that's blue, but you only need 3 letters to go through.
And I'm the one that found that.
Yeah, so this strategy only works if you're playing on high quality in the collection.
This is the other one that sometimes is a little bit photosensitive, but we managed. That is, and by the way, it's not Toho. It's Ikaruga, and I will die on this hill.
I love Ikaruga. I've yet to play it, but I respect the heck out of
that
Treasure
really
Games.
Damn. Yeah, this is another one where stage 16 is different on the Flash version. We actually have a skip for that level there through glitches, but we can't unfortunately do that on this version.
If you have donations,
I would
now
say-
would be a great time to read them,
Yeah.
because we're going to be doing the same section 6 times.
Understandable. Nothing to read at the moment.
Okay.
But I will at least make you feel better by saying though I haven't played Ikaruga, I have played Radiant Silvergun.
Okay.
And that is technically the prequel to Ikaruga for those who do not know. It's pretty cool. That in mind, though, I'd like to remind everybody that we are raising money for our good friend Sable Dragon Rook, and we are currently at $1,055.69 out of our 1,500 stretch goal.
That last
and reminder.
Sorry.
Oh no, you go first. You go
That
first.
last level was just a text adventure that they included for one level. That's what I love about this. They're like, we had incorporated an entirely different mechanical system. We're gonna just die there. Oop.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, just a reminder that we are raising money for baby Bumbleberry. This next $500 that we could raise as per this stretch goal. That's who it'll be for. That'll be for the little lizard baby's tummy surgery. So any donation that you can afford to give is very much appreciated. All you need to do is type an exclamation point donate in the chat, and you'll be sent to our Streamlabs links.
We've been raising money for
Streamlabs
reptiles,
link.
right? There was a velociraptor. That's a reptile.
There we go.
All
And
comes
here's another
together.
reptile, a snake.
Yep.
Yeah, we just have to do some snake on the main menu for this stage.
Okay, this one's really fun. Drag and drop. And here's Revenge
One
of
was
Amazing.
renamed. The last one was renamed because they found too many people didn't understand what to do on the level with the old stage name. Yeah, that's one of the few minor changes in this one.
And now we shoot space trees through the doors.
And
that is time.
it is time.
GG.
Now
Very
that was a
nice.
pretty good. Yeah, that was a good run. What was the time on that?
Your final time is, give me a second, it looked like 14 minutes 49 seconds. It could be a little bit less than that.
That
I did
would
not
hit-
see the timer immediately stop.
Before last night, that would have been my personal best. So I'm extremely happy with that. Last night I got down to 14:37, and this morning down to 14:26. How are we doing on time? Because I do have a little
so-
bonus thing I can show off.
Unfortunately, we will not have time to manage that because set up for our next game, which is the Archipelago Randomizer, will require a little bit of extra time, but we thank you very much for at least presenting the main content. And if anything, I would recommend people go to your channel to see that little bonus content that I'm sure you'd be easily able to show off as
Yeah.
like a bit of a bonus thing. I mean, why not? Everybody, be sure to follow Kingfisher Games on Twitch. I highly recommend it. This was a very nice little nostalgia trip for me because it took me a while to realize what we were getting into. And then the moment I realized this was the game, I was like, oh yeah, this is all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to check out the Elephant Collection on Steam. It's a collection of 10 of the Elephant games.
And we're getting an
and
update with 3 more of
more.
them soon.
Yep. Yeah, so
but-
definitely check that out.
Yeah.
and
Very sorry we won't
not
be
yet.
able to show off the bonus stuff, but thank you so much for the run.
That's fine. And if you want in on our, if you want it in the Discord,
Now, thank you for showing it off.
there's 2 Discords for us. This is the only level which more deals with the Flash games, but then there is an Elephant Collection Discord. We're small, but we're always happy to help new runners. It's a really tight-knit community and a really fun place to be. So, thank you so much for having me. And thank you to Gabby for tuning in. Thank you to everybody at home. And thank you to both my commentators, and thank you to Mom and Dad for actually tuning in and watching this live. So,
Aw, we love supportive parents.
yeah. So, thank you.
All right, before we send you off, I did get one last donation in from Baron777 for $7.77. Proud of you, my friend. Immense respect to you being able to get on a stage and do a lot of good. Love everyone, human and animal alike.
That's my best friend right there. That's my actual real-world best friend. So thank you so much, Barrett, for tuning in.
I thought you might enjoy that one. All right, folks, we are going to bring it back to intermission, and we'll be starting to set up our Archipelago co-op, so you better stick around, and I'll be with y'all very shortly. But for now, you're watching Speed Dogs. Speed Dogs.